Hey chat, what's up? What is up? Well, hello. Here we are. Oh, it's been a day, guys. It's been a day. I have a feeling we're not going to get to talk to Lex, folks. Feels bad. Feels bad. But, positive note, it's, yeah, we've been doing good work. We've been doing really good work. There's still something up with this case, guys. There's still something up with this case. So, let's ask some questions. What questions do you guys want to know? What do you guys want to know today? What should we do? Probably not going to dig too much into work today, just because I'm tired. It's been a rough one. We're getting beat up out there. Yeah, more hard truths. Yeah, I was talking to Roy D. Herbert. Probably going to get him on, but I want to prepare with him a little bit. Make sure I got the science down before we meet. Probably won't do a hard truth this weekend, just because everything's going on. Thanks a lot, Red Ketchup. Thanks, Dorian. Appreciate you, man. Who sent me a thing? Barry Babbitt. Yeah. Oh, thanks a lot, Bendinator. Appreciate it, buddy. Yeah. Somebody wanted to know, did they get to you, or are you just tired and want it to be over? The answer is I can't deny the clouds, guys. Cannot deny the clouds. So I can't deny the clouds. I mean, it's too accurate. I talked to this guy, Jonas, and there's something a little bit off with him, but I don't get the feeling like he's like faking the pictures or anything like that from him. I mean, I asked him some pretty hard questions and stuff like that, and yeah, other than the fact that he, was trying to play the fake compassion card about it and saying how easy it would be to fake, there's just nothing solid there. So that's the reason why I had to come out and admit that, that the clouds are a match. They seem to be. I'm looking at the raw data here. Kim might be paying out, but he's not paying out 100,000. No, he's not paying out 100,000. So yeah, no, and I did not sell out. Although I wish I would have sold out. I wish I had gotten paid out instead of having to just not going to give up, but it sucks, right? Yeah, the evidence is really strong, guys. So, I mean, you can listen to my Jimmy Corsetti thing today. Let me post on Twitter real quick. I'm gonna post my YouTube on Twitter here. Delay ads, insert ads. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. One sec, guys. Let me just make sure that posted. It's not the most flattering picture. Not the most flattering picture there, folks. Kind of want to play some music. Thanks, Bob. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, the interview with Jimmy was good. It was good. I'm just going to pull the chat over here so it doesn't look so weird when I'm staring at it. Yeah, it's been a long day. I mean, there's more to come in the future. I'm pretty disheartened too, Bill or William, Bill William. But yeah, everyone tells me that we should look at the positive side, of what's been going on. We were backed into a corner. I mean, I'll just tell you guys full disclosure in terms of what happened. It feels like we got hoodwinked. It feels like I'll tell you what it feels like. For our sports fans out there, yeah, Greer's still happening. For the sports fans out there, it feels like when your team loses at the last second, like somebody hits a three and you're up by two, and then the opponents hit a three at the buzzer and you lose. Or like somebody like in football when like they throw a pass interference flag on like a Hail Mary or something. And so it feels like we just kind of somehow they pulled one on us that I can't really figure out. And because we can't figure it out, didn't really have a lot of choice. So I chatted with Kim.com earlier, and he was ready to pay out. And I told him, like, hey, man, don't pay out right away. Like, something doesn't add up here. And he was like, well, man, the clouds just look too perfect. And we looked at it, and it was like, yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can really say to deny it, man. Clouds, like, match. Too many clouds match, right? So, I convinced him that he shouldn't obviously pay out the full amount because we had set the thing to say that you have to find the hoaxer and the source files, and no one's gonna ever find the hoaxer, guys. It's my true opinion. No one's gonna find the hoaxer because there's no hoaxer on these videos. I don't know how they managed to find clouds that perfectly match, but there's nothing we can say about it, right? And so that's the reason why I made my statement out there, because the reality is we would have lost more credibility if I hadn't at that point. Like, we just can't argue with the clouds matching, right? We don't have any solid argument. So that's what happened today. That's what the situation. But yes, the Greer stuff is presumably still happening. I mean, I still imagine I'll be talking to him, but the YouTube, nobody's been able to prove that YouTube can actually convert 2D videos to 3D videos. So it's speculative. I understand that YouTube claims that they had the capability, but nobody's been able to prove it. So either way, I don't know. It doesn't really matter because we don't need the 3D capability, but having the 3D capability would say, well, we've got the satellites there. Jonas showed me his computer with the images on it. And I mean, I grilled him about why it was really suspicious about the situation, the timing, the way he came out against it, the way he like tried to claim how easy it would be to fake, even though he's not a VFX expert. But he's got all the receipts. Unless he's directly involved, and if he was directly involved, then he's a pretty good liar. I'm a really good judge of people who are lying. And it's not like a situation where, like, I don't want to tear this guy down. So, yeah, he showed, well, I mean, you can never really be sure, right? But he showed me, and I'm like, hey, how do you find these? He's like, oh, I have all my images. I have hundreds of thousands, and I have them categorized by country and year. And I looked, he showed me the Japan 2012 files. And, I mean, there's no way we could know if he downloaded them ahead of time, right? But he showed me the properties on it. And so it said, January 25th, 2012, 8:50 a.m. And the location is, right south of Mount Fuji there. So the only way that this, in my mind, they don't seem like they're fake. Like, they would have had to find exact clouds that match. I mean, I can't wrap my head around it, guys. I really can't. So we gotta take the loss on this one, I think. Not a lot of choice. Right. And I've looked at the supposed debunks out there, right? So, or the rebunks, and the weather does seem, I think the weather does match, and I'm not 100% sure on that. So if you guys want to double check the weather, January 25th, 2012, 8:50 a.m., just south of Hamamatsu, near Mount Fuji. I also asked him about why there was no, like, if he's taking a picture out the window of a plane, like why it wasn't distorted at all and why there was no dirt or anything, because I've never seen clear windows. And he was saying that he found some clear window and took a picture out of it, which was a little bit weird. But again, you just like, just sometimes when you just get outplayed and you lose, you got to just take the loss, So, however it is, we gotta take it on this one, I think. It was a little weird that he knew the Corridor crew. I mean, I just asked, the Corridor crew? He's like, yeah, I've followed them for 15 years. We came up in the game together. I'm like, huh, that's weird. Thanks a lot, Mark. Appreciate it, man. The reality is, let me switch. Whoops. How to make the chat come back? Chat, where'd you go? Come back, chat. There we are. No, both videos haven't been debunked. I mean, not even really one has been debunked, but it's hard to argue against seeing a bunch of the same clouds in there, right? But yeah, even talking with it, yeah, the clear window thing was pretty weird, man. Even talking to Jimmy Corsetti today, right? I mean, the evidence is overwhelming, man. Something happened to this plane, right? Now, there is cloud movement. That's what I told him, too. And he's like, oh, well, you can add visual effects to cloud movement. And it's kind of weird that this Jonas guy is, like, trying to make all these arguments about how you could fake it. Like, he almost just felt like a Redditor. But, again, there's not, I don't want to tear him down, guys. I don't want to tear him down. That's not how I want to be anyway, right? I don't want to be tearing people down. There's definitely something not quite right about this. I just can't wrap my head around it. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, apparently Jonas takes pictures of clouds on a flight. Apparently. Huh. Kind of bizarre, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, we got to follow the evidence, even if it hurts. So some of the other stuff, the EXIF data stuff, like the 2014 is when the website changed over. So I guess people would have to look at the old CG Textures website, if that's the case. The airbrush thing, Krakadana, like, I don't know. Could just be an artifact. It's hard to say. It feels like the airbrush thing's a bit of a reach to me. I saw it. I saw the airbrush thing. I'll pull up some of the things for you guys. To be clear, guys, the whole thing's not canceled, but it's kind of an uphill battle, man. It's kind of an uphill battle. So we're going to try to do... we'll talk about what's next here in a second, guys. Yeah, you can't take people down unless you're 100% sure they're scammers. Like, you really can't. So... Let's not reveal DMs. So this supposedly is when there's some kind of conversion from the old website to the new website, according to Jonas, but I don't think anyone's been able to prove this just yet. But this is supposedly what's up with these dates on here that are post date the videos. And this is the same as Ken's post. Again, same dates. 10/25/2014. Which is weird because that's my birthday, but whatever. So I don't know. Maybe there was some kind of thing that happened here on the create date. I mean, I came at this dude pretty hard with the evidence, right? And he didn't really shake at all. So either he's a pro or he's just being honest. And then here's the weather, which, like, I think someone was arguing you can, these are like high altitude clouds that don't match. But he was adamant that, you know, he took it somewhere right down here, 8:50 a.m., which we saw. These clouds don't match, but if someone can remove this layer, I think that there's like other low altitude clouds underneath, which would be our cumulus clouds. But this, if anyone is still convinced then that those cloud pictures don't match, then this would be the place to go to, is the weather satellite imagery here, and try to find better matching or something like that. So let's see what questions we got, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm not, okay, let me see here. We're not giving up, but I mean, we just took a huge blow, so that's the reason why I'm, you know, the attitude I'm in. You guys ask me better questions. Ask me better questions. Ask me what you really want to know. Ask me what you really want to know. I'll answer anything. Have you addressed why the Edward C. Lin case fits so well? I think that Edward C. Lin leaked these videos. The cloud comparison. I mean, I've got the raw files, but I think this one was one of the ones that... This is one of the ones where I showed him and I said, how did you take this from a window of an airplane? This cloud down here is the one that matches one of them. I don't know which one the one is that, like, supposedly, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not, like, I haven't ruled it all out. I think maybe it's this one where they claim that this is the one that matches our videos or something. But yeah, the manipulation of the metadata, though, Punjabi's not looking far enough back. 2014 was supposedly when the website was switched over. Lulu, come here. Sit. Yeah, I mean, still an uphill battle. Let me see what other questions. I mean, the witnesses all corroborate the fire event. I said that on Jimmy Corsetti today. I mean, Jimmy Corsetti basically said he thought it might be suicide, and I went pretty hard against him, even though Jimmy Corsetti was a really cool dude. Really nice guy, man. Even beforehand with Jimmy Corsetti, he's like, dude, you set yourself up for a good thing here. He's like, you're doing the right thing. You shouldn't be upset and all this stuff, you know. If you haven't been up to speed, then the big update was that people found some pictures from 2012 supposedly that have a bunch of clouds that match our satellite video. Now, no hoaxer came forward. The guy who says that they were his pictures says that he did not hoax the videos. He was not involved, and I'm sure he was not at least involved in hoaxing them. So that's why we didn't pay out anybody, because no hoaxer has come forward. I don't think a hoaxer ever will come forward. O2 Gamey, why would he take the pictures? Because he sells them to that website, apparently. He knows the guy or something. Yeah, the dog's taking it pretty well. She's doing good. She's doing good. Good questions. Do you think these videos were a honeypot for Lynn? Good question, Garrett. No, I don't think so. I think that the science in the videos will eventually get proven to be real. I don't know how they would have done this thing with the clouds, but there's got to be some explanation out there. No, I don't think it would be too hard to fake the debunk Nacho Man Randy sandwich, but the question is how. How'd they pull it off? How'd they pull it off? I don't have an answer. Yeah, if the plane was on fire, it did not go for another 6 hours, right? How did they find nothing? It doesn't make any sense. And this is, I talked to Jimmy Corsetti about it as well. The most damning part of the debunk is that a lot of the clouds are perfect matches. That's the problem. A lot of the clouds are perfect matches. It's undeniable they're like basically perfect matches. My gut tells me there's something wrong with it. I don't know what. I can't figure out exactly what. Feels like we got played over by the intelligence community, but we can't prove it. So we're not giving up, but we do have to realize the situation we're in, where everybody's just going to say that, you know, they're fake because some cloud pictures, and there's really not much you can do. Still planning to talk to Greer. Dr. Greer space is definitely still happening. And yeah, I hope I get to ask a bunch of questions to him. I think I'm supposed to be able to be a speaker, so I think so. Could the satellite video been created after the drone video? I mean, anything's possible. Yeah, so the debunkers are going to give up for sure, because now they've got their victory. But theoretically, someone would be able to reach out to the owner of the videos, of the pictures, I mean, and say who bought those within the short time window that we have out there, right? I mean, theoretically, they would have had to have got those assets somehow, or they could have stolen them, I guess. Speak to FBI agent John DeSouza. Thank you, Dorian, for the donation, man. He stated years ago that the cabal is planning to take over the world through drip feeding the public with alien propaganda. He said UAP tech would be used to down planes. It's interesting. Where'd that go? Oh, thanks, Dorian. Appreciate it, man. No, we're not gonna dig into this dude's background. We're not gonna do that. We're above that. We're above that, guys. I'd rather lose and be cheated than win and be dishonorable. Doesn't discredit the drone footage, guys, but you know, it's gonna be hard for people to take us seriously after this. It's gonna be hard. Yeah, it was nighttime, but the pictures match a little too closely. Pictures, I mean, it's not a matter of what's right or wrong. It's a matter of just being discredited. I think that one's the cloud right there. No, that's not it. I don't know. I'm not going to go through them all right now, but some of these pictures apparently like perfect matches or something. So. It's not just one cloud. There's quite a few clouds, I think, that match. If you guys can somehow debunk it, that would be huge, but I don't know. Check out Reddit. Work with Punjabi Batman if you can figure that out. Would appreciate it. There was a video where like there's quite a bit of matching going on. Yeah. He showed me the screenshots of the photos of the properties on his computer that showed the date and the exact time they were taken. I mean, it could be faked, but it doesn't seem like it's faked. I haven't confirmed all the clouds, Chris, but the reality is, you know, in order for people to discredit it, they don't need to prove all the clouds. They just need to prove some of them match. Zach, to your question, are you questioning the validity of the videos now? Personally, I think the videos are still real, but I can't deny that the cloud debunk does significant damage, right? So that's why I have to publicly come out and state that we can't really say that they're authentic with this type of evidence that shows that there could be assets in them that come from these pictures. So that's the brutal part, frankly. Yeah, that's just honest opinion. You guys want to thoroughly go through the things? I told Salvatore Pius about the situation. Yeah, he wasn't too happy about it. He actually offered to do an emergency hard truths podcast with me, but I told Salvatore Pius that he should try to disconnect himself from me in the videos when he does his interviews, because it won't play well for him if he does. Sucks, but I love that guy. Thanks, Austin Awake. Appreciate it, man. Oh, Banner, I missed your dono. Thanks, man. Oh, there it is. Hey, mate, from what I can see, the orbs seem to be yo-yoing up and down right before the flash in the satellite video, not the drone video. Oh, that's Booch to... Oh, yeah, that's Booch for Snooch. Sorry, thank you. That one, they're not yo-yoing. What's happening is the frame rate's so low that it looks like they're yo-yoing, but they're actually spinning around the plane there. Banner, where did I miss your dono, bud? Anyway, Banner, thank you. I'm not... Oh, there it is. Yeah, I missed it. How'd I miss that? I messaged you full pics of the clouds. Okay, let's take a look. Sorry, I'm messaging Kim real quick. Let's see. Where do you message me the clouds, Banner? I don't see. Oh, here, there. Is this? This isn't the clouds though. Hold on. How do I pull this up without revealing my DMs? And guys, just to be clear, we're not going to be giving up. This isn't giving up. I'm going to be doing more stuff and more investigation, but, you know, probably not tonight. That's all. Let me try to catch up on the questions real quick. Have the orbs been debunked? No. No. I mean, a lot of it has not been debunked, guys, but... And I even told him, like, the fact that the 777's matching the correct capabilities is some of the most damning evidence that the footage is real. I told him that the clouds match and that they're moving. I mean, just the weight of the evidence, guys. We have 2 videos that show the same events, same clouds. We have parallax in the clouds. We have moving clouds. We have clouds being distorted by the orbs. Like, there's just a lot of evidence, but the cloud debunk is just going to cripple it. Yeah, that was Kim.com's Drewish. It was Kim.com's decision to pay out this guy, but he's not paying him $100,000. I was like, you're not paying this guy $100,000. Come on. Yeah, I told him about the coordinates as well. I mean, I grilled this Jonas guy. I mean, I told him about the coordinates, all this stuff, so that he could understand why I was skeptical of him, because I was super skeptical. Am I a little relieved to return to normalcy or not? A little bit. To be perfectly honest with you guys, I was kind of hoping for a way out of this, because I do believe that the footage is real, and I think that the implications are staggering. And that's why, like, part of me is a little bit relieved, but I'm really disappointed. Just disappointed. I underestimated the intelligence community in terms of what they could pull off, I think. That's my true opinion. And that's why I'm disappointed in it. But, yeah. But, I mean, part of it's like, well, okay, maybe I won't get disappeared now because nobody thinks the footage is real anymore. AS, well done for staying rational, mate. Could have been very easy to dig in, but I would say the science is still a sticking point for me. How did the creator know exactly? So what we're going to be doing in the future is still working on the evidence of the case. If anything else comes up, if this somehow gets rebunked, fine, right? But I can't just be flip-flopping back and forth. And I'm going to learn electrical engineering. We're going to still do science and memes streams. And we're going to learn, and you guys are going to come along with me if you want, and we're going to learn physics and electrical engineering, and we're going to figure out how to teleport an object until the DoD comes knocking on our door. That's the next move. We're just going to force them to knock on our door. We're just going to prove that the science is real, because I'm 100% convinced the science is real. And I think to me, that's the exciting part as well. How do I feel about Jonas being friends with the creator of the textures? I grilled him on that too. But like, what am I going to prove there, right? Final location, Diego Garcia. Plane went to Diego Garcia somehow. Truth Warden Soul, thank you very much. Sorry, I'm really far behind on the questions. Yeah, it's brutal. It's brutal. The metadata from Punjabi Batman's post is most likely because the website transitioned over to a new website. Let me see. I mean, there's a lot of little details that don't really add up still, guys. It's the reality, right? Oops. Okay, well, whatever. Oops. Well, showed DMs. I mean, let me just make sure. Let's see what we showed there. So somebody in Reddit, I'm not going to show the DMs. I mean, you guys probably saw. If you look, doesn't really matter. Asked me if I got paid off or something like that. No, I didn't get paid off. We just took a loss. That's all there is to it, guys. We just took a loss. I wish I got paid off. Man, it'd been sweet if I got paid off. But nope. This is the one that Punjabi Batman's, but these dates are the 2014 dates here. I don't know. These are before the videos, though. The October date is when they moved to the other website, supposedly. So that's the answer to Punjabi's thing. Okay, we dealt with that one. I'm gonna message him and tell him. Okay, told him that. Sorry, I'm pretty far behind on the questions. So that is the Punjabi one. Yep. Person came out of nowhere and said they took these videos from a plane. And they're also VFX artists, incidentally enough. Yeah, it's just sketchy, man. I don't know. Thanks, Jake. Could they orchestrate a scheme? I don't know. Again, I'm not going to tear people down without proof, guys. If somebody lied about this and made this up, then they're going to hell for the rest of their lives. They're going to hell. For sure. So I hope they didn't do that, because that would be really disturbing. They changed formation before the pattern. They didn't change. They just reoriented before the flash. So the orbs start off in a normal triangle pattern. Well, not normal. I mean, there's nothing normal about this. But they are like mapping the plane here, and then they go into a vertical pattern. Sorry, there's a lot of questions. I'm probably missing some of them. It's fishy that I'm flipping. Do I seem like a guy who's flipping, guys? Does it seem like a guy who's flipping? How do I refute the clouds matching? If you can give me a way I can refute it, I'd appreciate it. We're not giving up. I'm gonna keep going on it. No. Let's see. Yeah, some of it doesn't add up. Yeah. I mean, some people say the plane was blurred out. Again, like you guys got to realize, like if I come out like that, it doesn't add our credibility. It doesn't add our credibility. It takes away quite significantly. Yeah. So like Joe says, if we're saying that the plane's teleporting and people are showing us pictures, right? That these clouds match. It's pretty damning. Pretty damning. I don't know which of these images it is. Not that one. Not that one. This one, I remember this cloud down here. It's probably this one. This does kind of look like an AI picture, though, doesn't it? Kind of looks like an AI picture. Anything's possible, guys, but I mean, it's not that it's all over, guys. You gotta chill a little bit. Have I heard of Chris Bledsoe? I heard of him, but I'm not familiar. I wish they got to me, guys. I really do. I would have loved to be paid off for this. But sadly, no, we didn't make any money off of this. We didn't make any money off of this. I'm not going to give up either. We're going to try to prove it a different way through science. Okay, sorry, I missed a bunch of questions. Yeah, guys, I get a lot of stuff from different cases. I don't really have time to go through all of them, unfortunately. If I missed your dono, I apologize. I want to thank you. There's just a lot of messages. Yeah, no source files, no pay. That's why I'm not paying anybody. Not only do you have to have the source files, but you have to have the hoaxer. So, I mean, I've been pretty clear about that. I mean, until that comes out, like, I'm not going to be able to give up on the case entirely. If somebody does, I mean, there's never going to be a hoaxer that comes out. I think we've already figured that out. Yeah, I'm disappointed too, guys. I'm disappointed too. I'm disappointed that I let you guys down. That's what I'm disappointed on. My best guess, if I had to guess, if somebody was somehow hoaxing this, is that, or like faking these images, is that they did some kind of reverse search and was able to find similar pictures that have the exact same clouds somehow. Yeah, they could have reverse engineered their pictures, but I talked to the guy and I looked at the pictures on his desktop. It just doesn't. And I looked at the profile, the properties data on it. So it doesn't seem like it, you know. The clouds could not have been used in both videos. I know. I agree, guys. I agree. I agree. I just can't explain why the clouds match. Sell out. I wish I sold out, guys. Yeah, Case Dobbin says October 2014, and I asked, and they said that um, the website got changed in 2014. So I don't know if they can figure something out that there's not any data from the old website. Who knows? Maybe. Let's see here. If you got blocked from the cloud thing yesterday when I said don't post the cloud thing, well, I'm sorry. Sometimes I have to admit when I'm wrong. Where's that donation? Saw a donation here somewhere. How did I miss that? Whoever just donated. Oh, there it is. Dorian, thank you. Has anyone used the Wayback Machine to find the cloud photo from 2014? We can only find it from 2016 right now, but maybe someone can dig through the old website and find the cloud picture out there. I don't think anyone's found it yet. I think there was at least 4 clouds that matched, guys. I'll give you guys more content, but not tonight. We're just doing the stream tonight. Yeah, I saw Ken's thing. It's just not quite conclusive enough. Guys, I mentioned the October thing as well, so how do they match this? I mean, I don't even know how somebody even matches this, man. I don't even know how they do this. Oops. I don't know. If you guys want to debunk the videos, then I need you guys to do overlays of the clouds with the videos and show us that they don't match. That's what we need. That's what we need. I looked at the original pictures, guys. That's the problem. So. Here's one of the clouds that supposedly matches right here. Here's some more clouds that supposedly match. Supposedly this whole section matches. So if you can debunk this, guys, if you can debunk these, then you'll be my best friend. 6-day-old account. So yeah. Go ahead and do so. You'll be my favorite. Thanks, Oliver. Appreciate the information. I think we just got outplayed. Guys. It's not about a backbone. It's about having some credibility to the case. Let me see if I missed any other messages. If I missed your dono, let me know. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the donos. Yeah, I think that the lengths the intelligence community might go to seems a little bit scary, but what we're dealing with is a situation where literally everything's on the line. People will be going to prison for the rest of their lives, talking about trillions of dollars of lawsuits. I'm still convinced that the United States government's implicated in the disappearance of the plane. Definitely. Definitely still convinced. I mean, the evidence is overwhelming, right? Evidence is overwhelming. We're not going to dig too much into it tonight just because of the situation, and I'm going to do other stuff. Yeah, trusting 6-day-old Reddit accounts. Yeah, probably being duped, guys. Probably being duped. It feels like that. It feels like we're being duped. Yep. But can't prove it. That's the problem. Can't prove it. If you guys want to prove it, we need some people who are VFX experts ourselves to overlay the clouds and show how they don't match. Yeah. Like CDS Red said, they seem to match. I mean, I just can't deny it, man. I checked out the subreddit, guys. If it gets rebunked, then we're back in the game, guys. Then we're back in the game. Then we're back in the game. It's not game over. Yeah, I think the science is still real, and that's why we're going to push for the science, right? I wasn't joking, guys. We're going to learn electrical engineering. So there's a good question. Are you stopping because of Kim.com? First of all, I'm not stopping, but I did talk to Kim.com. Kim.com told me that he would like to work with me in the future on other stuff, and he appreciates the effort that I've put into it. But he gave me advice too that you've just got to realize from the PR perspective, like this isn't. People can't believe that the CIA altered some pictures, right? It's too much. It's just too much. Strictly stats. Chill out, man. I would tell you if I was paid off. Okay, I'm not. I wish I was, man. I wouldn't be upset if I was being paid off. Okay, so just relax. Thanks, Banner. Wow. Wow, Jake. Holy crap. Thank you, man. That's huge, man. Yeah, so the way we go forward, guys, is we just prove the science is real. Thank you, Jake, so much. That's huge. It means a lot to me, man. Because I think that, what I learned from Dave Rossi is that anybody can learn this stuff, man. You don't have to be educated. Anyone can learn this. You guys should learn this as well. And so I'd like if you guys came here with me and we learned it together. Because I think that we can still change the world if we learn the science ourselves. Like we can figure it out. I mean, the power of this community is incredible. Incredible. Wow, there's a lot of people watching right now. And I think we can figure out the electrical engineering aspect of it. We're going to start with Maxwell's equations. And then we are looking at these videos. We know that this stuff is real. So we can figure out how it works. And this will help us to understand how the science really works. Right? Yeah. Wow, this is a lot of chats going on here. And also, like, we just this has been an awesome journey, and I don't want to taint it, guys. I don't want to taint it, and I don't want people to think we're crackpots, right? Because this community isn't. It's people who are special. So that's why we had to do it. That's why we had to admit that the clouds are too close, right? Doesn't mean that we have to change what our beliefs are. How many times would you say you've watched the video? Thousands. Probably thousands. Yeah, Zephysis. Yeah, I mean, so we're just supposed to believe that some guy took pictures on his way over Japan a decade ago and notices photos are this obscure photos. So apparently people emailed him. They found his name. They started emailing him. And then they gave him like the EXIF data of the date. And then he was able to figure it out from there. So I don't know. I couldn't find any hole in his reasoning or his logic. As much as I wanted to, man. Trust me, I wanted to, man. Thanks, Ben M 1980. Appreciate it, man. I see you in the chat or in my DMs. Yeah, and even if like we can work on other stuff. Kim didn't ditch me. I felt a little bit let down, but it wasn't his fault. I mean, he gave me smart advice. He's not the only one as well. A lot of other people have also agreed um, that what I did with the message was the right play. I think it was the right play. The people who are against us didn't expect me to come out with a message like that. They expected me to double down. Sometimes you have to, make the best out of a bad situation. And what that message tells people is that this investigation was genuine and that it wasn't about scamming people or grifting people or anything like that. It was about getting the truth, right? That's what we did. Is we created a conversation that wouldn't have happened otherwise. We got people more attention to the videos that would not have happened otherwise. Yeah, Jonas isn't the issue here, guys. I don't think he's the one at fault. We got a little bit outplayed, I think. If people figure this out, I even asked him, could the files have been edited without him knowing, right? So, when we do the science, what we're going to do is we're going to rewatch Bob Greenier's Hard Truths. We're going to rewatch Dave Rossi and Salvatore Pius's Hard Truths. I'm going to learn how to upload those so that we can upload them to an audio location so that we can start to get more attention to what we're doing from that. And I want to try to get more and more physicists and engineers on. And I want to talk to them about this kind of science. And then we're going to learn it ourselves, folks. We're going to learn it ourselves. That's the play. Yeah, sometimes you have to bow to logic and reason, right? If you want to be taken seriously, sometimes you have to bow to logic and reason. Talk about the parallax. So the parallax actually I think is mostly seen right here. Watch when it zooms in. So when this zooms in, this is where you can see we're looking at the clouds from a slightly different angle. Their size goes up as well. So there's definitely a clear parallax that we would see here from this zoom that we see, which is a natural zoom. The shutter changes as well. Like the bouncing up and down becomes more prominent the more they zoom in, which is also very accurate. So, I mean, I'm still convinced these videos are real, but it's hard to argue for their authenticity given the light of the debunk that's out there. For the people who are asking what the debunks are, it's the cloud debunk. I mean, I already showed it. You got to rewind if you want to see it. Yeah, too many circumstantial details. I mean, it's hard, right? Yeah, I already showed you guys the comparison earlier. And just nobody's really asked the questions that I would thought you guys would ask, but you guys kind of did ask about being relieved. Like, if they're willing to go to this kind of lengths, then they would definitely be willing to kill me over this stuff, guys. If we ever got to the point where like it's gonna have to get out there, so part of me is a little relieved that I might not get killed over this anymore. But the other part of me is like now that they know what I can do, like they might take some action against me. I don't know. But if they ever do, this is what I'm going to say. I'm not suicidal. I would never kill myself. I would never hurt myself. And if anything happens to me, then you know these videos are real. So now you have it on record. Don't forget it. I have to vote. If the drone video is released before or after Does it matter? Not really. I don't think it changes anything. But the drone video was released afterwards. We know for sure. I'm over 40 years old. That's what I'll say. I don't know what MG390X is. Yeah, ultimately, I'm not going to be convinced the videos are fake until the government comes out and says what really happened to the plane. I have not been on the TOE podcast, but I have a feeling I won't get as many requests for podcasts after this. I think the problem for debunkers is to find the hoaxer. Find the hoaxer, right? They should be able to find the hoaxer. You know? Okay, I think I just saw some big donos coming in. I'm going to have to skip some questions. If I miss your question, go ahead and re-ask it. I want to get to some of these other ones. Yeah, you guys can look at the satellite imagery. I have it somewhere around here. OG Gaming, thank you for the $5 dono. So he still has the same. I asked him about the computer situation as well from 2012. I said, dude, how many computers have you had since 2012? I've gone through like 5 computers. He's like, yeah, I did too, but he saves all his pictures apparently. He's like very organized, interestingly enough. So yeah. I mean, I just don't think he's. I don't know. He doesn't seem like he's been compromised. Yeah, something is not right here. I wish. Yeah, everybody keeps asking if the CIA got me, guys. I wish, man. I wish, dude. I wish, man. Audit to audit. Thank you very much, man. Holy crap. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your humble response and self-awareness. Your investigative skills cannot be denied, and I look forward to seeing what else you can do. I appreciate that audit to audit. A lot of people have told me similar stuff like that, and yeah, I look forward to see what I can do as well. I'm not sure what's going to come next in terms of beyond MH370. We are going to keep investigating MH370, any new stuff that comes up. We still have stuff about where the drone came from and stuff that's on our lists for evidence. Right? The NC boy stuff. Like, there's still so much stuff that doesn't make any sense, right? But we're going to save that for tomorrow, potentially. Not sure if I'll still do the disinformation piece. Maybe. The CIA stuff, these guys beat us. I'm sure the CIA was if these cloud things were faked, it was the CIA that pulled it off. They did a good job. If so. I thought that they were going to be garbage, and yeah, they definitely pulled their Hail Mary out. I mean, I can't convince you guys, I know. If you want to think that I got compromised, I mean, you can think it. There's not much I can do. Oh, yeah, Sir David Martin actually put in another 100,000 today, but it's not really going to matter. There's never going to be a hoaxer that's going to show up. Doesn't matter how much money it is. Actually, I should tell Kim that. Yeah, I mean, Reddit is really the biggest source of disinformation out there, man. All it takes is very little. Yeah, if the hoaxer is out there, they would have the source files as well. And thanks again to Jake and Audit to Audit. Those huge donations are awesome, man. I don't need help with the 5-second intro anymore. I got a few 5-second intros now. I got some pretty cool intros, actually. I appreciate it, man. The Jonas guy was 10 years old when he took those pictures. Was that true? I forgot to ask about how old he was. I don't think he was that young. I think he's a little older. Yeah, Justin, I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting. It's just gonna be a hard road. So we have to kind of reimagine what we're gonna do, right? Every time we post, people are just gonna say that it's been debunked by the clouds, right? So we gotta think a little bit more intelligently about our next move, right? Could the intelligence community do it? Maybe. Maybe. Nobody threatened to kill me. Just be honest. Nah, didn't happen. The debunk does feel like a trick, but like I was telling other people earlier on, it's a situation where it feels like you got, when you lose by somebody cheats in a game, right? But you can't quite prove it. Yeah. I still stand by everything that I've said, and all of the people that tried to debunk, all the fake debunks that we were able to disprove, we debunked all of them. This is one we can't debunk. We can't disprove this one. Can't disprove this one. I wish we could. It's several clouds. I think we showed it earlier, guys. Several clouds. Nah, it's not clear that it's fake. I mean, if it's clear it's fake to you, that's fine. You don't have to hang out. But we're gonna move forward with the science, because it's not clear to everybody that the videos are fake. The science will check out over time. I don't know if it'll be in our lifetimes, but it'll check out eventually. What it needs now for Lieutenant Commander Edward Lynn. Thank you very much, Paige, for the dono. He's probably safe. He's probably safe for now. This will protect him. The less heat that's on Lieutenant Commander Edward Lynn for leaking these videos, the safer he is. He would be in a lot of danger if we forced him to come out. A lot of danger. Goodbye, Lex Friedman. Yep. Who knows, man? Maybe I'll get to talk to him about something else. Or maybe he'll still want to talk about the case sometime. Maybe a 10-year anniversary, right? Who knows? Rest in peace, Lex. The dream. The dream. If the stock cloud... Oh, thank you very much for the donation, CDS Red. If the stock evidence is real, that means the whole video is 100% fabricated from scratch, right? That seems difficult, if not impossible. Yeah. I mean, I think that it doesn't make any sense, really. A lot of the stuff, right? Hey, Tupacabra's here. Yeah, if I was the hoaxer, I would have collected that money too, guys. I could use that money. That's a lot of money. That's more money than I have. I'm not that rich. By quite a lot, too. But yeah, I mean, I think that... I still think that the videos are probably authentic. It's just we can't really prove it anymore. It's going to be too hard. It's going to be too hard. That's why the only way we can still prove it is if we can prove that the science checks out. That's it, right? The clouds only match in the one video. I mean, obviously, the same clouds are not in the drone video. I mean, although the clouds look like they are. I mean, it does look like we see those same clouds there. Guys, I'm going to show the Reddit thread one more time. I don't want it to be true just as much as you guys. Okay. And there's other videos that people have posted too. I mean, this is too close, guys. How am I supposed to argue against this? Now this one, maybe you could argue this one's not really that good. But yeah. So again, if you want to help, go prove that those pictures don't match. Prove that the clouds don't match. If you can do that, I'll be happy to support you and come back hard on it. For tempt trigger, the reason why it's not hard proof is because just having some clouds match doesn't mean that the videos are fake. Why did no hoaxer come forward? How come all the evidence stacks up? How come we have clouds moving? How come we have clouds being distorted? How come we have parallax? How come the clouds match in two videos? Right? There's still a lot of questions that really don't make any sense for them to be fake. And again, why could you not find the hoaxer? Now there's no reason to not find the hoaxer, right? How can we not find the hoaxer if we now know where the sources came from? How does this random person have the pictures on their computer from 2012, but the hoaxer can't figure out where's the hoaxer? They should have all the files, right? At this point, 9 years later, I don't know if the people even lived through the event. Yeah, I think that the narrative we have right now is still the best narrative, 100% to instinctive inu or instinctive ooh. I do think that what we have is still the best narrative. If you listen to what I said today on Jimmy Corsetti, then yeah, we still have the best narrative, even without the videos. I even said that on the Concrete podcast that we could almost prove that this conspiracy exists even without the videos. Like I think we've done that much work. So it's not that we're giving up. It's just that, you know, it's been a depressing day, man. What do you want me to say? Yeah, unless the hoaxer's a multimillionaire, I don't know how they wouldn't come out for 250,000 in fame, or at least 150,000. There's not going to be a hoaxer that comes out, though, guys. There's no hoaxer out there that's going to come out. It's not going to come out. Because if they match, then people are just going to argue that they were just produced, right? They were produced by that composite or whatever bullshit. I mean, you guys will see. We're not going to totally give up, but you'll see the damage. Duck Vision, where did the cloud pictures come from? They came from this guy, Jonas, who's had them on his computer since 2012. He showed them to me. So unless he is somebody who is either being used or manipulated the pictures, then, and I talked to him and I don't know, I don't get the impression like that, then it is what it is, right? We can't really argue against it. I mean, the hoaxer could be dead. I mean, how old do you think the hoaxer was, right? How old do you think the hoaxer was? Jonas is now probably dead. The hoaxer could not need money? Come on, man. It's $150,000. Everybody loves money. That pissed $500,000. You guys are funny. Still better than the Netflix documentary, Dewar. I agree. We were crapping on the Netflix documentary quite a lot today. It's Netflix documentary is just atrocious, man. Yeah, I'm not a fan of debunkers, guys. I hope that the debunkers can find the hoaxer. William, I agree, man. I wish I hadn't folded either. I second guessed it a little bit as well, but it was the only play I had, man. It was the only play. I thought about it a lot. I thought, what can I do here? I mean, when Kim.com comes out against you and he's our main supporter and the main person putting up 100,000, right? It doesn't give us a lot of moves, right? Doesn't give us a lot of moves. The choice was either to be branded as a nut job or to, you know, admit reality that the pictures match, you know, can't deny it. And that's what I did, right? I didn't, you know, let's read my statement, guys. I mean, I think a lot of people are misinterpreting my statements. I'm just going to read it. Wait, where is it? Let me just see. Duck Vision, thanks. Why would he have the pictures of clouds, not the rest of the source images after 11 years? I mean, he's not the one who hoaxed it. He said he's not the one who hoaxed it. You know? Jonas said he took the picture. I mean, I saw the data. January 25th, 2012, 8:50 a.m., just south of Mount Fuji at Hamamatsu. So you guys can look it up if you want. He showed me the properties data on it. Showed me the properties data. So yeah, they have to hide the physics. That's what this comes down to. Is it's too dangerous. It's too dangerous. It's too dangerous. I'm telling you guys the hard truths right now, the stuff that I wish didn't happen, right? It's still the right thing to do. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, somebody theoretically used Jonas's pictures, theoretically, right? It's not that I care what people think of me. It's that I care that people respect the case. Otherwise, we just become like Bigfoot hunters, right? This way, at least, we don't need the videos to prove the conspiracy, guys. The evidence is overwhelming. What the videos do, what admitting that the videos could be fabricated does, is it gives the government an out on the physics. That's what it does. Gives them an out on the physics. That's what they've wanted this whole time. They've wanted to be able to not have to admit that the physics is real. And that's what the admitting it does. Right? Yeah, Mick West is a disgusting person. Mick West is one of the worst people on the face of the planet. Absolute one of the worst people on the face of the planet. Almost 99.9% sure he's on the government payroll. Mick West is definitely going to hell when he dies, and he'll deserve every single minute of it. No doubt. Just the worst person on the planet. Absolute worst human being on the entire face of the earth. Yep, metadata can be faked, guys, but it's not about what can be faked. It's about what we can prove. We're going to be consistent, right? We argued that the Philip Wood picture is legit. We're not going to go ahead and say that all of a sudden everything's metadata, right? We can't come out and say that everything's faked like that. It's just, in the face of overwhelming evidence, you have to face it, right? So Edward C. Lynn deserves a pardon, right? He does. But the problem is he's already done his time. He got out, man. It's not like it's 2017 or 2018 anymore. We missed our chance to save him. He came out. The reason why Kim's opinion is so important is because he donated $100,000 to the or he put up the $100,000 bounty, right? And when you put up the $100,000 bounty, like now he's one who basically allowed us to get to this point. So when he comes out against and says, "Oh, I'm going to say it's fake," it's like it screws us, man. It is what it is. Yeah, we're going to do more Hard Truths podcasts, most likely. The next person is going to be Roy D. Herbert. You could argue Kim's my handler. Not really. He's not. I mean, the government's trying to take him down as well. But he says he does want to work with me again in the future, and I respect him. I think he's a good guy. I think I would love to do stuff with Kim. So, you know, I respect his opinions, and I think he was giving me good advice in general. So, yeah, we could talk about the woo now if you guys want. Edward C. Lynn is not Kim.com. I'll still take a bullet for Edward C. Lynn, but I think this protects him, guys. Did Kim get paid off? No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. They're still trying to take Kim down. They're still trying to take him down, man. And if he did get paid off, well, whatever, then I made a mistake. Okay, so here's my thing. I've spoken with Kim.com. I respect his advice. After having reviewed the raw images myself and prepared to make the following statement, the cloud images seem to be too close to be coincidence. As a rational and logical person, I do not have a way to explain them matching to such a high degree. After talking with Jonas, I do not believe him to have any malintent. That's still true. I don't think that he has any malintent. I'm not going to interview Jonas. I can no longer claim that the videos are authentic due to the evidence. Due to this evidence, Kim has agreed to make payment to Jonas for supplying the assets that may have been used to fabricate the satellite data or video. Since no hoaxer has come forward and Jonas admitted he did not hoax the videos, the bounty conditions have not been met, so the $150,000 will go unpaid, but the offer remains should this person come forward. The case remains unresolved. The body of evidence uncovered from investigating the videos is extensive, and the fire scenario still presents the best evidence-based story to date. MH370x will not go away. We will continue to seek the truth of what happened to the plane. We will learn the secrets of advanced science unknown to the public. We will render the system obsolete. I will continue to stream and do every appearance that is requested of me. I have happily talked about the case and discussed the hard truths. This community is special. Thank you to all the amazing people I've met on this journey as a normal person put into an extraordinary situation. I couldn't be more grateful and look forward to the next chapter. Right? You guys can talk about whatever, though. Yeah, they did us dirty on the stock stuff, right? The stock images, right? Nah, Kim could have. If Kim wanted to play us, he would have done it a while back, guys. He would have done it a while back. Yeah, finding the cloud images is like finding a needle in 1,000 haystacks. I agree. I agree. Blue cheese martinis probably tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. I mean, I didn't really admit defeat. I just admitted reality. I mean, when you read this statement that's on the screen right now, does that sound like defeat? I think this is the way I had to handle it. Yeah. We can't force things to happen the way we want. We can come up and think about it. Thanks, old shoe. I appreciate it, man. They tracked the picture back to Jonas by looking up the EXIF data pictures info, and they found an email on one of the old pictures, supposedly. I mean, it all seems a little bit convenient, but the debunkers went hard. They had a plan here on this, but it is what it is, man. They outplayed us on this one. The problem is there's too many clouds that are perfect matches. I wish the butthole argument will work here, but it doesn't. I wish they put me on the payroll. Maybe they will put me on the payroll, man. Maybe after this, the CIA will, after it cools down a little bit, maybe they'll, instead of killing me, maybe they'll give me a job. That would be nice. I could use it. Yeah, something is fishy going on. I just can't figure it out. I thought about it last night and this morning, and I just can't figure it out how they played us over. Yeah. I'm not even going to block you for being rude. You know who you are. Let you deal. Yeah, so Jimmy hit the nail on the head, right? They wanted me to do the opposite. What we did was not what they wanted me to do. They wanted me to fight this so that they could use it to discredit me. That was the play here. I figured it out, right? Because the reality is they already had enough people to believing that the clouds matched, right? And so the play here was to get me to come out where they could then play the same QAnon card that they were trying to play on me with coming out in support of Jake Chansley. And so that they could say that, oh, Ashton's just crazy, blah, 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 right? So this is where my only play then was to come out and say, I got to make the statement that I did. Yeah, that's a good question. It's okay though, guys. The community will stay. We will still render them obsolete. This is what I would say to you guys who doubt and question everything. There's a new guard coming in. We have a president that's like 80 something who's got dementia, right? If you look at these UAP people that are out there, they're all super old, they're outdated, their mindsets are outdated. There's a new guard coming in. And even some of you who are older like I am, I mean, I've got some boomer in me, right? You know, we are still young enough that we can replace the old guard. And when they leave and we come in, we will change the system from within, right? If Jake Chansley makes it to be Congress, I bet I can go have a meeting with him, right? And then we can start to change things. Who knows? Maybe I'll run for Congress one day. I don't know. Not really thinking about any of that kind of stuff at this point, but the reality is, like, we can try to change the system from within. We cannot give up, right? Yeah, right after Chansley and InfoWars, then this drops. I mean, I thought about it all, man. I thought about it all, but this was the only play right now. So that's why, you know, I've thought about what comes next here, and what comes next is we still put out more evidence to build the MH370 case even higher. I've made contacts with people that you guys know who my contacts are at this point, right? People like Florence Changi, people like all these podcasters who are super connected, wealthy, connected people like Kim.com, who's fighting against the government literally every single day, right? Like, we're fighting against the most powerful nation in the world. And like Jake Chansley said, I thought about what he said in his space to us, man. We can't be trying to fight them. It's not about polarization. It's about just making them obsolete. We're waking people up. We're changing their mindset. We're having people realize that UFOs are not about like nukes and like little flying saucers, right? We're making them realize it's about this technology that's hyper advanced out there, right? We're creating a force that can go up against the most powerful nation in the world here. So this has been awesome. Let's do some questions. They've tampered with you somehow.
And one thing.
So what if they gave me a ScarJo? Hold on. Let me go talk to my ScarJo guys. They gave me a ScarJo, guys. It had me sell out. Had me sell out with the ScarJos. Nah, we'll be back tomorrow, you know, with more stuff. Let's listen to what Jake said, guys.
And we're not. I don't like the idea of going up against, because then we're creating a polarized position. What I like to think is we are circumventing these individuals by doing it ourselves and being the change that we wish to see. We are not protesting. We are investing in each other, in the future, in humanity, in our children, in the environment. We are rendering the old system obsolete. We're not using our energy to fight the old. We're using our energy to build the new. We are making the old globalist, less than 1%er, full spectrum dominant system obsolete. And in that sense, there's no need to fight. I mean, these people are already on the defensive. That's why they're censoring us. You see what I'm saying? Because they know they can't compete, dude. You can't compete with the truth. So
you can't compete with the truth, and we're doing it ourselves. When I heard him say those words, I thought, man, Jake's a better guy than I am, right? I mean, this is hard to believe. Jake spent years in prison, man. Years in prison for wandering around the Capitol, man. Which, you know, admittedly, people say, okay, it was insurrection or whatever narratives you want to come up with, but do you really think this guy was trying to hurt anybody? No, man. No chance. And he doesn't even want to fight the people that put him in prison. You know, he doesn't even want to fight the people that put him in prison. He just wants to do it ourselves and make them obsolete. That's somebody that I can respect, you know? So I learned something from him. And I'm getting emotional thinking about it. Okay. Whew. Yeah, I mean, if somebody can debunk the debunk, then it's going to blow up even bigger, guys. The evidence is still out there. The evidence is not going anywhere. What is your truth about the Holocaust? Okay, we're not going there. I also don't talk about Israel-Palestine stuff or anything that is I also just, all the politics stuff just seems so inconsequential. I'd rather just learn about the science. I'd rather just learn about the science, learn about electrical engineering, try to understand from reverse engineering what we see in these videos, how it all works, man. That's so much more important than the rest of the crap. So much more important. Yeah, stop with the rude to the family stuff, guys. I actually called Jonas out on this too. It's like, oh, the hoax is bad for the families. I said they had never got any answers, man. And what I told Jonas, and I'll just say this straight up, I looked at him in the face and I said, hey, Jonas, what if the videos are real? What would you do to yourself for having tried to make them go away with this, right? Would you apply your own judgment to yourself? So that anyone who says that we're hurting the families, I would ask you this. What if the videos are real? What if this is actually real? Then how should we punish you for lying about it, for saying that the videos are fake? You know, Matthew 6:37, guys. I've actually memorized it. Do not judge, and you will not be judged. Do not condemn, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. People need to remember their Bible sometimes. Hold yourself to your own standards. Stop thinking you're better than other people. Attempted trigger. Stop thinking you're better than anybody else, man. Stop thinking that your opinions are the only thing that can be right. You know, change your attitude. Be a better person, man. People with that kind of attitude are what's wrong with the world today. I'm just going to read it out because I think that you deserve to have a little bit of criticism back at you. But continue to say the video is real and pushing to debunk it when it's obviously fake is wrong. How about you hold yourself to your own standard, tempted trigger, and everybody else out there that thinks like you. You're not the arbiter of what's true or what's not. Right? So that's what I would say to you guys. You know, just hold yourselves to your own standards. And I'm saying this as somebody who was atheist once upon a time, who then became agnostic, who then, after looking into what science can really do, realized that there's more to this world than what we've been lied to about. And I still believe that. Be better than your old self, like Old Shoe says. Everybody should be trying to be better than their old self all the time, even myself. Even myself. And this is what I told people too about, you know, crying about the families. The families got no answers, man. They got no answers. The official narrative is that we don't know what happened to the plane. That's the official narrative. So are we going to stop fighting? Of course we're not going to stop fighting. Of course we're not going to stop fighting, man. But I can't deny that we just took a big hit. That somehow that they found all these clouds that match, right? It sucks. It sucks. It doesn't change the evidence. It doesn't change all this evidence that we've got. But in the minds of a lot of people, the CNN brains and the Reddit brains and everybody else, it's convincing. Even people that aren't Reddit brains and CNN brains is convincing, man. So we've got to find another way. We've got to find another way, man. Now, what I'll say is that I've got a lot of connections now that I've made, right? Like I want to still change add to the conversation, right? Yeah, I'm familiar with the Nimitz incident. I think that we need to change disclosure. We need to move the disclosure conversation forward, right? Definitely move the conversation forward. Yeah. So we're only going to go for about 10 more minutes, guys, so I can get some sleep tonight and find my ScarJo out there. ScarJo, wherever you are. Yes, I'm familiar with the Nimitz incident. I believe Commander Fravor and Ryan Graves and David Grush, personally. Yeah, I believe them all. I think that I've said from the beginning, I think that these videos can prove the implications of what those people have said to be true, right? Yeah, we're going to keep doing hard truths, but I don't think we're going to be doing one tonight. Banner, have a good night, man. Have a good night. And I'm not afraid. The reality is that I'm more afraid of this going quiet than I am of anything happening to me while this is going on. I think it's more likely I would get disappeared after this goes quiet when people have got over it, right? I think that there's more likelihood there of that happening. Yeah. How can you stay in the conversation and be friendly with popular YouTubers is by presenting the hidden evidence test that has been hidden from us. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I think that we continue to have to push the science that's been hidden from us, and we have to push the boundaries ourselves. So what I would like for our streams to do is the same thing they've always been doing, man. The same things we've always been doing, which is a little bit of advanced science and then a little bit of memes, right? This community, we've built a community here already of people that are open-minded, people that know that there's advanced technology out there that's being hidden from us, and that we can meme on anybody. We can meme on anybody, guys. And so the reality is we can still push the MH370 conversation forward, right? We can still push it forward. We have the evidence to push it forward. We know this plane didn't crash into the South Indian Ocean. We know that. There's no way. It's just not possible given all this evidence here. So we can still push that conversation forward, you know. When March comes back around, and it's going to come back around quickly, then people are going to be reaching out, right? Occupy Lockheed. Yeah, we should occupy Lockheed, man. I like that. Old shoe, baby. Old shoe. I'm probably going to be trolling Lockheed after I have a couple martinis. Trolling the Department of Energy, right? Because, you know, whatever. Let's do it. Thanks a lot, Christopher. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, and I think, Christopher, this is part of the reason why I had to make the statement that I did. Because we have a lot of stuff we need to uncover, man. And if we want to keep that credibility and ability to uncover this stuff, then we've got to take a loss every once in a while. We got to... Sometimes learning how to lose builds more character than winning all the time. Right? Even if it feels crappy, even if it feels like it's being sold out, I understand your guys' feelings. I feel it all. I feel everything that you guys are feeling. Trust me. Yeah, in the end, God will win. And so will good. Good will win in the end, too. I believe that. Trolled FCC. Yeah, I don't like the FCC either. I mean, you can pretty much list any three-letter agency, and I will be unhappy with them. Yeah. Nuclear engineer, watch Bob O'Day series and save yourself the incorrect stuff taught in mainstream. You have to unlearn. Bob's O'Day. Okay. I will take advice on who I should listen to and read up on. I'm going to make a new thing. Science Maxwell. So probably what we'll do is we'll have streams, and then I'll even take recommendations from the chat about who we should watch. And I want to learn as much as we can. And yeah, part of it is that we have to learn the right stuff, man. We've got to learn the right stuff. Bob O'Day, Maxwell. Oh, and then we're going to go back through our old Hard Truths podcast. Good night, XGTWB. Appreciate you, man. And it's not going to end, guys. We're going to keep going. The copyright of the stock photos of the clouds is actually owned by textures.com. So if you guys want to reach out to them and figure out who purchased them, I think that would be something you could do. My guess is they're not going to give that information. But, yeah. Are there 400 people right now? Yeah, there was 450 earlier. There's a lot. There's a lot of people, man. A lot of support here tonight. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Any other questions you guys have for tonight before I drop off? The clouds match a little too perfectly for me to come out with some argument against them. You're an IT guy. I wanted your opinion. Where do you see IT industry as next 10 years? I think that IT is starting to get mature. My job certainly has. Heavy side. I wrote that down. So I think that AI is going to change the IT industry, where AI is going to be a powerful tool that lets one highly skilled individual do the jobs of like 10 different people. So I think that'll be interesting. Have you ever heard of Eric Weinstein's group called The Portal? No, I have not. You can tell me more about that if you want. Eric Dollard, huh? It's going to be a lot for us to learn, guys. A lot for us to learn. No, we're not going to do Jonas Hard-Truths. I think that anybody who's laughing at this situation is only really laughing at themselves. Right? They're only really laughing at themselves. The difference between the people that would laugh at us is that I wouldn't laugh at the people when we proved it right. If we proved the footage right, I would just move on with my life. The people that are laughing at us know deep down that they're wrong. Right? They would know deep down that they're wrong. Tempted, I gave you several chances, man. So I gave you several chances, but Tempted Trigger, in the future, just be a better person, man. Just don't be a piece of crap. Just be a better person, man. And don't be so full of yourself either. Just Reddit brains are just the worst people on the planet. I know you're a Redditor, Tempted. I can just tell. I can tell. Yeah, maybe Punjabi will figure something out for us. Maybe he'll find a way out. I'm not sure, guys. If you guys want to figure out and rebunk the videos, feel free. Feel free. I'll take it. I appreciate it. The reality is I still think that the videos are real, but yeah, the ones that are laughing are the ones seething from getting blocked. That's about right. That's about right. Yeah, the debunker glee is pretty disgusting. It's pretty much the worst of inhumanity. I saw a couple of the posts on the debunker subreddit. It's like, man, these are like the worst human beings on the face of the planet, man. Jimmy Corsetti and I were actually laughing at them in terms of like how disgusting these people are. It's like that's the reason why Reddit's the worst place on the planet, honestly, is that they're just completely disconnected from reality. Completely disconnected from reality. That's the difference between our community and that community, right? Our community is a community of people we're enjoying our own lives. We're trying to make things better, just like Jake said, right? We're not trying to polarize. We're just trying to make the other people obsolete. We're doing it all ourselves, you know? Yeah. Oh. Active Discord. That's pretty cool, man. Thanks, Last Spartan. Hey, Last Spartan, when you come in some of the other streams, you should bring up that Discord as well. Bring up that Discord as well. Charles, I don't think you'll be able to post a link. Yeah, their memes are terrible too. Our memes are good. Yeah, Jimmy did talk to me about the Atlantis thing. I actually you guys want to look at that real quick? It's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll probably do another podcast with Oppenheimer Ranch. I think Oppenheimer Ranch knows there's something going on here. Oppenheimer Ranch is one of the most skeptical conspiracy theorist people ever. And I passed his test, so he knows there's something going on here. And he's a smart guy that will know that, like, if there's disinfo going on, that he'll be able to suss it out. Atlantis, Sahara. Here it is. Man, you guys are, chat is moving fast tonight, folks. Yeah, Diamond is legit. I'll probably have to do another one with him. He's also censored pretty hard. But he's a smart dude. He's just a smart dude. I appreciate it. Jay Brown, I'll take a look at that later. Sorry, I'm taking a look at this. Yeah, this one's pretty sketchy, guys. But man, even if it's sketchy as hell, like they definitely they got the better of us on this one. They at least tricked everybody else. Man, this is really weird, man. The Eye of the Sahara, right? Isn't that what this is called? I think this was the lost city of Atlantis. It is super weird. What's... I've heard this theory. It is bizarre, man. Look at this thing. Why does this look like this? Is this a natural formation? No way. I don't know if it's Atlantis, but it's definitely something, man. It's random, like, formation here. No way. I don't know if this is accurate, but yeah. People are trying to make fun of Jimmy. Oh, there's this thing. There's Jimmy Corsetti. He was a good guy, man. He was really good. He was a nice guy. He's a nice guy. Yeah, the Atlantis Eye is in the Sahara is really interesting, man. My Discord is going popping off right now. Okay, let's see what this one's all about. Hold on. Man, there's a lot of bunking and debunking, guys, but I'm gonna chill on it for tonight, and then tomorrow I think we'll probably come back and take a look at the stuff, see where we're at, see if people have rebunked it, debunked it. We will probably do our drone stuff tomorrow. Like I said, we're not giving up, guys. We're not giving up. Come on. We got a setback though. It's a major setback for sure. So we've got the CIA stuff too. Maybe we will blow up Ronald Pandolsky one of the legendary CIA spooks. Maybe we'll give them a shot back. We'll do the Car Nicobar stuff potentially tomorrow, and the stuff about the ping. There's still a lot of stuff to investigate, right, guys? And we'll probably get a lot of crap for it, but who cares, man? I don't care. I don't care. Nah, I didn't record the conversation with the dude. Thanks, Antonia. I might check out some remote viewing stuff now. We'll see. I'm not gonna probably tie it to the case, but might just check it out just for out of interest. So tomorrow, I'm gonna get off. Yeah, I'm pretty tired. I'm gonna sleep this off, guys. Thanks, Jimmy, man. I appreciate it, and I appreciate everybody out there who's been supporting, and everybody who thinks. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who thinks that I've flipped or whatever. I guarantee you, I didn't. It was really hard for me to write that post. It was not easy, right? And I haven't given up. You know, if we can rebunk it, we can rebunk it, and that'll be great. But as I've said, the evidence is still so strong that our case isn't gone. And from a science perspective, if people don't want to believe that what we see in these videos is real, then that's fine, man. That's fine. We'll just prove it ourselves. We'll just prove it ourselves. Neil, he cracking me up, man. I enjoy your work you put in. You could even be looking at shopping cart thefts and I'd be watching. That's high praise. I appreciate that, man. Yeah. So we will prove this science ourselves, man. We will prove this ourselves. If this can be done by the government, we can figure this out, man. We can figure this out. Let's rest and reboot, guys. Thank you, everybody who's in the Discord, who's fighting and digging through the evidence. I appreciate you guys very much. Yeah, we will. We're not going to give up on this. You know, if the videos are fake, then they should be able to find the hoaxer now that they found this asset that's supposedly in it. So hopefully they'll find that hoaxer. And if the videos are fake, then the government should be able to come out and make a statement saying that they're fake, right? So hopefully those things will happen. And, you know, we'll keep fighting out there. So I want to wish everybody a good night. And I once again want to thank you guys for being here, hanging out. Hopefully I answered all the questions and concerns that you guys have out there. And let's come back tomorrow refreshed and do some advanced science and some memes. What do you guys say? Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all.